Hello, I'm Jerry Fort, the beer review guy, and I'm going to do a review on this famous Samuel Adams cream stout. Samuel Adams is one of the bigger beers. A lot of the reviewers, and there's a lot of fans of this beer. A lot of the reviewers do the Samuel Adams stuff. So I'm pretty excited to do this beer. There's a lot of different things. It says the flavors that you'll pick up out of this and the aromas. On the beer itself, it says, let's see, where's the start at? I think it's right here. This brew, oh, wait a minute. No. Harkening back to the tradition of the English sweet stouts, our cream stout has a rich, smooth silkiness that differs from its Irish dry stout cousin. Dark roasted malts give this brew its ebony color and deep notes of chocolate, caramel, and coffee for a rich roastiness and subtly sweet finish. Cheers. So there are some things I can try to pull out of the beer there. Try to taste from the Boston Beer Company. That's got a little dating deal right across here. It's pretty neat. First one I've ever seen before. It's notched at December of 2015. Says for brewery fresh taste. Enjoy before month notched. So it's a little older. Hopefully it won't hurt the taste. It's a 4.9% alcohol. So it's a little higher, but hopefully the tastes are still there. Let's see. I looked at the site, it says it has 28 IBUs, so that's a low number. So if my knowledge is correct on the IBUs, this shouldn't be very bitter. So I should like this a lot, if that's correct. So let's see. Okay, that was on the bottle. Rate beer, the little article on there, it says, cream stout is a true cream stout, balancing body and sweetness with the natural spiciness of grain and hand-selected English hops. Our brewers use generous portion of roasted chocolate and caramel malts as well as unroasted barley to impart a fullness of body, a roasty malt character, and impart and rich creamy head. Its dark mahogany color make it almost as easy on the eyes as it is on the palate. Alright. Well, it's a dark bottle, so it's going to be a dark. I can't see anything through it, so it looks like it's a dark beer, and they say it's a dark beer, so let's pop her open. I got a little beer school on, if you watch the reviewers, they talk about the mouthfeel. And I've been trying to get a good understanding of that. So I'm going to try to use some of the terms, and I'll tell those to you here in a little bit. I'm going to try to use those, try to see if those terms are well used for this beer. Alright, let's see what it looks like. Alright, it's dark for sure. Little tiny bubbles. It does have a nice cocoa creamy head on it. I didn't pour it that fast, I didn't think, but still we're getting a large head on there. Man, that is a pretty beer. Pretty beer. Let's see what it smells like. I smell those roasted malts. I smell a little bit of the sweetness, a little bit of the chocolate. A little bit of slight coffee in there. Alright, let's see. Caramel? Yeah, a little bit of the caramel aroma. Alright, let's check it out. Yeah, the bitter, has a slight bitterness. It's not real bad. It's bitter up front. And then there's a sweetness on the back end. I think that's how the pros describe it. Let's see. Some terms for mouthfeel would be tingle, light, heavy, warming, metallic, harsh, mouth coating, mouth puckering, dry. I don't know that word. Looks like vicious, but I'm not sure about that. Smooth or creamy, watery, and I think that was all. And this says the term oily was added later. Which one of these apply to this beer? Let me check it out again. That coffee taste is hanging in there on my palate for a long time. It's a very creamy taste. A little bit of carbonation in there, although you can't see the bubbles. Well, that coffee's strong in there. The coffee is strong with this one. I would say the mouthfeel on this one would be, it's got a slight warming because of the alcohol. Maybe creamy, because I am pulling a lot, it's a lot of creamy taste, but it's pretty good. Yeah, that's a good beer. Let me pour the rest of it in there. Okay, we'll let it warm up a little bit, see if we can pull some more of those flavors out of there. I think I found them all. Excuse me. The chocolate, the caramel, the coffee. It has the sweet finish, the roastiness, rich roastiness, yeah. They describe this beer just perfect to what you're going to taste in it, and I've tasted them all in there, so we'll let it warm up and see if there's anything different. And while we let it warm up, I'll do a little bit of beer school on the mouthfeel that I found. What does it mean? It means it's a product of physical and chemical interaction in the mouth, an aspect of food rheology. It is used in many areas related to the testing and evaluating of foodstuffs, such as wine tasting and rheology. I don't know what rheology is yet. It is evaluating such as It is evaluating from initial perception on the palate to the bite, through mastication to swallowing and aftertaste. In wine tasting, for example, mouthfeel is usually used with a modifier, in parentheses, big, sweet, tannic, chewy, etc., to the general sensation of the wine in the mouth. Some people, however, use the term texture. Mouthfeel is often related to a product's of water activity. Hard or crisp products having lower water, activities, and soft products having intermediate to high water activities. From the Department of Food and Science Technology, University of California wrote, among the sensory attributes of beer, brewers least understand the concept of mouthfeel, although this attribute is as important to the sensory impact of a beer as appearance, aroma, and taste. Joe Witt defined mouthfeel as those textural attributes of a food or beverage responsible for producing characteristic tactile sensations on the surfaces of the oral cavity. So there's some description of mouthfeel. If you watch beer reviewers, they mention the mouthfeel a lot. And when I started watching beer reviewers and I heard that, I thought it sounded ridiculous and I didn't understand what they were talking about. But now I've read that and did some research, now I know. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But alright, let's give her another taste here. Yeah, this is a good beer. This is another stout. I've just started experiencing with stouts a little bit. I did the left-hand milk stout yesterday. This is, to me, this is better than that one. That one was just a little bit more bitter than this one. And this one here, I feel I can enjoy this one more. But, alright. I'm going to leave you at that. And I appreciate you watching my video. And maybe I can fit another one in tomorrow. So thanks for watching. See you next time.